For the fourth straight week, the Dallas Cowboys come down to a one-possession game in the fourth quarter, but for for the second straight early. As we take a look at some of the final stats, the offenses ran wild in this one, especially rushing yards. Most rushing yards ever allowed by a Cowboys defense at any point in the franchise's history. Both teams up over 500 yards in what was a 49-38 final score. Welcome into the First Word, presented by Dr. Pepper. I'm Kyle Yeomans, joined by a trio of former Cowboys, Nate Newton, Barry Church, and Isaiah Stanback. And guys, I don't know where to even start with this one. There's a laundry list of things we can talk about right off the top here. But first, just your overall thoughts. Barry, we'll start with you.
For me, I mean, this was a disheartening loss right here. This was, I mean, defensively, this was man on man, bone on bone. And the Cleveland Browns, they pretty much took our manhood out there. I mean, they were able to run the ball for over 300 yards against our defense. I'm going to say it again. 300 yards against our defense. I mean, there was no push up front. The big boys who I talked about earlier in our pregame, they just didn't show up. There was no wall there. Kareem Hunt, and before he got hurt, Nick Chubb, he had his way. They had their way with our defense. And I mean, it's just compiled on top of compiled. There was missed tackles out there. The safety play was, once again, it just wasn't there. And we can't have this. We can't have this continue if we want to go where we need to go, because defensively, we just looked god-awful today.
2 fumbles in the first half. You down 31-14. We've seen this play over and over and over again. This team have to find some type of balance offensively and defensively. We had a fumble by Zeke in the first half. Our defense is starting too much in the other team's territory, trying to defend that, and that's not good. That's not good. You trying to defend your own home front coming out of the back game. That's disaster every week. And then we come into the second half with the same old story. You down by 10, you down by 20, and you trying to come back? That's not going to happen, fellas. This is the National Football League.
This is plain out disrespectful. The Cleveland Browns came out here, imposed their will, and simply just disrespected the other grown men that are represented on the defensive line of the Cowboys. We talked about it in the pregame show. These boys literally got pushed off the ball. Execution and communication, like we talked about, neither of those were present in today's game. Dak Prescott throwing the ball 50 times is not going to get you to get the W for you.
Mm-hmm. Time of possession. Time of possession. They got 33 minutes time of possession. That's not going to work.
Yeah, it's not going to work. And whenever you look at the Cowboys early on, they were really put into a hole quickly. You came out and you saw Cleveland get on the board first with a really quick first score. They fought back a little bit, then a ton of unanswered points from Cleveland, and that ended up being it. The Cowboys just could not come back despite 24 unanswered points in the fourth quarter on their own. They fall in this one, 49-38. The final score, Cowboys fall to 1-3 on the season. We'll have more post-game reaction coming up here in just a little bit here on DallasCowboys.com. That's it for the First Word.